Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be looking at a little moneymaker in the form of ghostly inks. Now, when Necromancy was first released, ghostly inks, the candles, as well as ashes was some of the best ways to make money. Still, in this current form of Runescape, the inks especially do have a very high demand and do make quite a lot of profit. Now, the ghostly inks are sort of controlled by a quite tight buy limit, which will mean that this is definitely something for you to buy over time and then do in decent sets afterwards. Now, the inks work very much like a herbal or potion where you just make the supplies and you can make them pretty quick, roughly around the same amount of herbal or potions. It's going to be about 2.5 to 2.8k per hour, depending how efficient you are in terms of creating them as well. Now, what we're going to do as always is go through all the different profitable parts of this, and depending on how long the video is, we might just cram the candles and also the ashes in as well. We are going to have a look at the ashes just to make the potions anyway. Now, to make inks, you are going to need different levels to be able to do it, and if we look really quickly, we can just have a quick look. Okay, so for making inks full stop, you need to go and check the prices of two items first. That is going to be a vial of water and also some ashes. Now, these two items are going to be needed to make any form of ink, and ashes are a very good way to go in, make some profit while training combat if you are sort of mid-level or you want to get certain XP milestones. Again, the look of it is that there's going to be combats going to 110 or 120 at some point in maybe the next year or maybe a bit longer. So if you're looking for some combat to do, the Abyss with the Underworld Grimoire can bank all the ashes for you as well. Now, if you're someone who wants a bit of a guide on the Abyss, let me know in the comment section below. More than happy to walk through how I do it. I used it to train my group Iron Man leagues as well. It was very good. So I have some experience in using the Abyss. So if you want to see that kind of content, let me know in the comment section below and I'll make sure to go and get that done as well. Also, as well, on the channel, have a very good guide to go and get some ashes if you're an Iron Man or if you want to collect your ashes yourself. In the Haunted Mine, it's actually one of the best videos I've ever produced in terms of views anyway. So that is also on the channel if you guys want to check it. Now, for the vial of water, we bought that for 100 GP and then also the ashes for 967. We'll work off the instant buy prices just to make everything a bit easy for you guys. If anything, you guys will get it cheaper than what I bought it for. So we're going to work on 1100 coins for the ashes and the vial of water. Now, to make the different tiers of inks, what you're going to need next is going to be necroplasm. So in terms of ghostly inks, there's 3 tiers of inks, and these will each equate to a different tier of necroplasm. The lowest level one is going to be lesser, then greater, then powerful. Once we've got some bought on the Grand Exchange, what I'll do is just talk through the levels and stuff because we'll be able to do it through the interface. I'm going to instant buy these just to see what the prices currently are, and then we'll check out prices afterwards as well. So the necroplasm is also a very good money maker as well. The necroplasm are one of the ways rituals can make you profit, and there's a few ways rituals actually can make you profits as well. That's going to be something we'll cover at a later date because it's underrated how AFK and how good rituals are, and it's probably going to be something I'm going to go and attack on Grab the Hog at some point because, again, I can train him using rituals, and I think it'd be something which would be very, very nice to do in the future to level up Necromancy and then also as well make a lot of profit with it as well. So the powerful one is a lot more expensive than what it used to be, and to be fair, all the necroplasms really are a bit more expensive than what they used to be. I think with the ritual stuff and also necroplasms and inks, because sometimes a lot of people don't make them for the GP or don't really like make the necroplasms especially, they can go low volume and they are going up in price over time as well. Now, to make each ink, you're going to need 20 of each necroplasm, which is why we've bought 20 of each. So really, all we need to do is add 1.1k on top of this to roughly know where we are in terms of price. So if we go to our info now, I'll just need to go and get some more ashes and water really quick. These are the 3 inks we're going to be looking at. So we have the regular ghostly ink, which is going to require 20 necromancy, which really isn't that high of a requirement for something which is at the minute, looking at the Grand Exchange price, is going to make us 2,000 coins profit per ink. Very nice there, and this can actually be a legit way to go and train your necromancy at a bank as well for a relatively AFK method. We then have the Greater Ghostly Ink available at level 60. Again, this seems to be very, very good profits as well, which we'll go and look at afterwards. And then finally, we have the Powerful Ghostly Ink at level 90 as well. All pretty decent XP. I would kind of say like the Powerful Ghostly Ink, you're not going to do that for XP. That's going to be more for GP. But the tier 20 and the tier 60 ones really aren't that bad. And to make them really, really easy, just click on the necroplasm and then very much like Herblore, you will literally go and make the potion here. So we're going to make them all and then we can see what we can do in terms of the GP. So what I'm going to do next, really I should have just checked the margin more than anything, but I'm going to go and buy each of the inks really quickly. And then we can check on the Grand Exchange like what the sort of profit is going to be. Now, I could sell the ones in my info, but just in case there's no offers to buy them for a relatively good price, I could actually lose out on some cash. So what I'm going to go and do is try and find the highest GP they're selling for and then buy them at that price. And then that way you guys know that it's the better price in terms of what you guys can sell for. Because always check your margins, especially things like Ghostly Inks. You'll have people buying the items for a low price on the Grand Exchange. You don't want to sell them for that price. You want to sell these for as high a price as possible. Even if it means sitting them in the Grand Exchange for a little bit, they will eventually sell. So these have all been done. So we're going to go and work off the prices here. And again, 1100 coins on top of the ink price is what we're going to be paying. So Lesser Necroplasm is the first one we're going to look at. That's going to be 4.5k. And we have sold that for just under 6.5. So that's roughly about 2,000 coins profit per Ghostly Ink, which is incredible for that. We then have the Greater Necroplasm, which is going to turn into the Greater Ghostly Ink. That is roughly going to be 8.7 thousand coins, and then that's going to trade for 13.2. That's about a 4.5k profit. Really nice for them. Really nice for that. Again, level 60 Necromancy really isn't that big of a requirement for something which can make that much profit. And then finally, the Powerful Necroplasm, it's 11.2k. If we add our 1.1k on, that's going to turn 12.3k into 16.5. 4.3k profit there, which again is really, really nice. Now, as I mentioned before, the only sort of issue you're going to have is buy limits. So here we can buy 50,000 of Lesser Necroplasm every 4 hours. That's going to equate into 2.5k potions. So you'd probably use those potions within an hour and then you're waiting for them to buy on the Grand Exchange again. Now, if you are someone who is level 60 or 90, you could buy the Necroplasm for all 3 tiers and then do them all in one go. And you're going to roughly make about 2.5 to 4.5k profit each ink, depending on which tier you're doing anyway. So really good way to make some profit. If you were to get, let's go for a 4k margin, because that's kind of in the middle of all of them, for that rough 2.5k potions per hour, you're going to make 10 mil per hour just making Ghostly Inks. And this is why this can be such a good way to make some profit as well. And that's the secret with Necromancy, is that you can buy these over time very, very cheap. You can also try and buy these for a lower offer as well, and then just make them in a fixed period of time. And it's a really good way to make some cash. And especially with the regular and Greater Ghostly Inks, it could be a good way to go and train your account, bank standing as well. I do think that the Hogger eventually will go in, do Necromancy, whether it's through rituals or combat. But I will be looking to do things like regular Ghostly Ink quite often, because it's just a way to A, train my stats, and also make a decent amount of GP with just training Necromancy at the bank as well. However, this is something I would highly recommend everyone doing, having an offer in to buy every couple of days and then making them all in one big stint. The most important thing is to check your margins. At the minute, these inks seem very stable around the price they currently are, but they are known to be exceptionally volatile. If you are nervous about prices, just buy a buy limits worth of your Necroplasm, make your inks, sell them on the Grand Exchange and repeat. You don't have to do this all in one big stint. You could just buy a 4-hour buy limit worth of Necroplasm, make your inks, leave them to sell on the Grand Exchange for the high price, and then go and do something else as well. You don't have to buy hundreds and hundreds of pounds of Necroplasm. You could just buy 50,000 at a time and let it work from there. But again, very underrated method. Don't see this a lot in terms of like guides and ways to make profits and stuff. And I want to pick out the niche stuff for you guys as well. So yes, sometimes the niche stuff actually doesn't make a lot of money, but in terms of this one, this seems to go pretty well. And I think if you did this quite consistently, you'll make yourself a lot of GP as well. And all you need to be careful of is buy limits, making sure to sell for the correct prices after that. However, that is going to wrap this video up. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Really hope you guys give this a try as well. It's such a good method to do, and it's consistently been on the scaling money making videos as well as one of those methods which, when it's up in price, it is so good. But when it's sort of going down in price and crashing a little bit, it would be something I would avoid, because again, the prices are very volatile and they can take a little bit of time to come back up to previous prices as well. However, going to wrap the video up there. Really hope you guys enjoyed. If you have, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. The February subathon is still kicking on, so if you guys sub and like to the video, it contributes to more uploads, which we're definitely going to work into March in terms of the uploads and the videos as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.